At this point, they're going to have to double. So I think I'm really off a little bit here.
Right.
I think you're going to be closer with the final score on the winning side, 24-26. I'm going to be way off, I think.
Maybe, Bob, if we're accurate in our predictions, they'll let us do the weather.
I don't think so. I know it's going to be cold. I know that's safe.
All right, here's Phillips. Nice pass inside. Pomazak has an attitude. 24 has an attitude.
Yeah, but I don't know if I would want to give the ball to her on the inside.
Oh, I agree.
I think you want to keep it in Julie's hands or Ashley's hands. That's it.
They're giving her the shot.
That's why
they gave her the shot, right.
Annie was around that ball again. She tipped it. She put so much pressure on you.
Here's Lauren Hughes anticipated the pass very nicely, stole that ball.
I just don't think you want to dump it into 24 in that spot. Even if she gets it, she's very uncomfortable in that position. You don't give the ball to players who in positions they're not comfortable with.
Here's Lauren Hughes, gets her own rebound, stolen by Karcher. Karcher draws the foul, Courtney Blake.
If I'm not mistaken, Joe, that's the first time that Karcher's been able to get down on a breakaway and either get a foul shot out of it or a layup.
Yeah, she has only 2 points for the night, a breakaway layup. We'll see what she can do on the line. 7 minutes left to play in the fourth period. Upper Moreland 7 minutes away from a significant upset win.
If Upper Moreland loses this game, they're going to come back and say it's one of those coulda, shoulda. They have missed at least 7 foul shots in this game, right? We know that the center has missed 4, right?
1 for 5, that's right. All right, game knotted at 18.
Point guard has to make foul shots and layups.
She did.
But 1 isn't 2, Joe. You got 50%, but you need that second. In this kind of game, you need those foul shots.
All right, they're going to give Karcher a blow.
This is not a good lineup for Upper Moreland. Not with what's out on the court for Norristown.
Nice shot, number 4, India Floyd.
Good lineup.
Yeah, they can't let Karcher on the bench too long because she is definitely the leader of that team. All right, Rosenblum in for Karcher. Schmeg.
See, it's just not a good lineup. You're going to miss Julie out there.
Yep.
Now let's see what happens. They gave up a quick field goal, and see how quick they add another one to this.
There's a steal by Ashley Phillips.
Now she has to give it up.
She's going. You know she's going. Misses the layup.
You know what? No backboard.
Yep.
No backboard.
She didn't use the backboard.
She's in that close. Use the board. Kiss the board. That should have been a field goal for them. You know what she's going to do with it. Now, it would take a lot of courage as a defensive player to stay in front of her because she goes, and it's like a truck. I wouldn't want to be in front of her when she's got that focus on the basket. She's intense on scoring.
All right, Norristown by a point, 20-19. All right, Annie lost it out of bounds. Annie Golphin bothered
you know
by
what?
Eagles.
And that turnover gets charged to her, but where was the ball passed to her?
It was a poor pass. It was to her feet.
Right.
Yeah.
And where she was on the sideline.
Right.
Now, part of that's where she went to get the ball.
Oh, my. Pomazak.
And see, how much time do you need to give your guard a break? And see, to me, that's it. You got a possession or 2. That's enough time.
Yeah.
You're a high school level varsity player. How much time do you need? You're in shape. And at this point in the game, you're begging for a win.
Right.
You'd call her over and say, look, Julie, this is what I need from you, buddy. You have 5 minutes and 43 seconds. You want to sit, you want to play.
All right, number 24 will be on the line shooting 2. That's D'Andrea Ball
Here we go.
Myers.
She must be listening to me.
Yep. All right, back into the game is Julie Karcher. Out is Julie Eagles. Yeah, the Bears need Karcher in there. There's no doubt about it. She steadies them down. Jump ball, possession arrow to the Eagles. She walked. Annie slid her feet. Into the game is Herline Coffey.
She has helped them so many ways tonight.
She has. Yeah, she has. She's played a nice game. She really has. She went up with the left again, Bob. Oh, she's relentless. Boy, she's trying so hard, is number 40, Jane Schmeck.
Cylinder blocked all 3 of those shots, Joe.
I know.
Got to clear that iron.
Hinton,
Bank it.
top of the key, does not go. Another rebound, Jane Schmeck. Almost carried the ball did Julie Karcher. Looks inside. Rosenblum.
She has to look
Phillips.
to shoot.
Long.
Yeah, she didn't square up, Joe. She just turned and shot
she
it.
threw it.
Didn't
That's
square her
right.
body to
Yep.
the cylinder.
4:40 left to play.
Even though this is a 1-point game and it's 4:38, I just see Norristown in control of the game.
Big shot by India Floyd. Big shot.
I just think they're in control now. It's a 4-point game, but it's over. Well, but see, that's not a real harmful foul.
No.
It's a bonus situation, but she's 1 for 6.
Yeah, she's 1 for 6 from the line. Jane Schmeck. Julie Eagles into the game. All right, 2 is a big 1-and-1 for the freshman.
Oh, see, here we go. We're not picking up on this. That's her 15th foul, Joe. You know what? A delay. That's her 15th foul.
Oh my heavens! Okay. 4:17 left to play. Eagles will be without Lauren Hughes for the rest of the game.
John, that will hurt them on the boards, and it will hurt them with the potential threes.
All right, she rattles in the first.
Yeah, and she has to be careful she doesn't get a violation here. She's very close to getting off of that line.
23-20. Eagles by 3. Janie Schmeck. Makes them both.
They're big, Joe. That's big.
2 big shots.
But even though it's a 2-point lead, it's like 10 or 12 to me.
There's Herline Coffey with almost an interception.
Now, see, I like her. She's hustling. She's quick. But I don't want her taking those jump shots. I want her to rebound and hit the boards. Nice move. Nice move.
Courtney Blake banks in a jump shot. Clutch shot by little Courtney Blake.
Backboard, too.
Yeah.
Use the backboard.
All right, 25-21. Big basket by Courtney Blake. She walked. Julie Phillips.
Yeah, but see,
bad pass.
It was a bad pass. It was passed to the defensive side. Was not a good pass receive angle. You have to help yourself out by getting that good pass receive angle. And that's a critical turnover for them. That should be 2. 2-on-1. Now it's over. 6-point spread.
India, Floyd, you're right. 6 points for this. 6 points to make up for Upper Moreland is like 60 because they just don't have the offensive firepower.
110, her first.
India Ross, two key baskets along with Courtney Blake.
Line shooting 2.
Yeah, where the first half it was more hitting. In the second half, other players. Andy came up with a big field goal, a 3, right? And India's come up with a 3.
Yep.
And a 2, I believe.
And those key baskets came after Lauren Hughes
Right,
went
and
out.
Dandria has 1 or 2 baskets,
Yes.
I believe, this half.
All right, 27-22, a 5-point lead.
It's all Norristown, though. It's all Norristown at this point.
Nice pass inside by Courtney Blake. All right, 27-22, 3 minutes left to play. It's not over by any means, but it's going to take a monumental effort on the part of the Golden Bears.
It has to go to 44's
Yep.
hands. That's not going to do it. It's not going to do it.
All right, White calls timeout, Norristown. 2 minutes, 48 seconds left to play. Norristown 27, Upper Moreland 22. What is Coach Jackson going to what's he telling the girls?
Well, they're in a 1-on-1 situation.
Right.
I think what he should be telling the girls is there's no jump shots at 2:48. We're not in a stall game because we'd have to hold the ball a long time. I don't think they have the ability to do that without making mistakes. So, shot selection, you go to the basket, no turnovers, let them know exactly how many timeouts are left. So if you need it, and it's a dead ball situation or loss of possession, take the timeout. Just use the clock, be smart, and be conscious of your 5-second call. Defensively, no foul because the next one gives them 2.
Yep.
Cover the basket and tell them that number 44 is the shooter. That's the player you have to worry about. Don't allow her the ball, and whatever you do, don't foul her. It's easy.
Yep.
It's theirs. It's 27-22 as we speak. It's over.
Eagles ball. They have also have the possession arrow in their favor.
And they're in a 1-on-1. They
And
have
they're
the ball, and it's in their... I wouldn't have called timeout in the backcourt, though. I would have waited till we got it over because they're going to pressure in the backcourt, and it shouldn't be a problem. But I would have waited till we got it over and then start from the sideline. No, that's wrong. It's Norristown ball.
Norristown's ball. What?
It's Norristown's ball.
I believe it's Norristown's ball.
It is.
Yeah. White ball, of course.
White ball.
Yeah. All right. Upper Moreland in a 3-1-1 zone press.
Now,
And it works.
there's exactly why I said you don't call timeout in the backcourt unless you absolutely have to, and they didn't. Get it over and do it at half court. Got to get it to 44's hands.
That'll do it.
She has turned the ball
Yes,
over.
she
I
has.
believe,
Herlene
Joe,
has
at least
turned-
3 times
Yes,
on
she has.
passes. And it's a critical time of the game.
All right, here's Hinton.
Well, that's going to bring
Offensive
people
foul.
up. Offensive foul, she called on that. What do you think, Joe?
I think I think it was not an offensive foul.
Okay.
I think it was a blocking foul on the part of the Golden Bear.
And that discourages players like that from going to the basket, and that's a big part of her game plan.
Yes.
She goes to the basket. She's
Yes.
aggressive.
No, I respectfully disagree with the call on that on that drive to the basket. Here's the fearless Julie Karcher.
And guess who came up with the ball?
Yep.
Annie came up with the ball.
right, ball knocked away by Upper Moreland. It'll be Norristown's ball, 27-22. Bob, I think you're absolutely correct. I think this game is over. There's 5.
Coaching point. Coaching point. Our players were taught not to slap the ball on the inbounds. You see what you just did? What's the value of telling the team you're going to move and what you're going to do and when the play starts? Our deal was, as soon as the ball was presented by the official, the play was set and you move.
Yep.
On the presentation, you move. Why you slap the ball? What are you telling the defense? It's time to move?
All right, there's
on the presentation, Joe.
Yeah.
32 foul.
Annie Goffin disrupted the Upper Moreland play. Annie's played a wonderful floor game. She's been all over the court. She's gone head-to-head with Julie Karcher. That's been a standoff. And she'll be...
Interesting, too, Yarvell has not been back in the game since her second foul early in the first quarter.
Right.
She has sat, am I correct, 3 quarters?
Yep. Here's another rebound by Schmeg. We look forward to good things from Jane Schmeg. She's only a freshman and she's played a whale of a game. Whale of a game. Here's Annie Goffin. She slows it down. Here's India Floyd. Blake inside the ball, Myers. They don't want a shot.
You just want to move it out, pull it out.
Courtney Blake.
See, now.
That's a good call.
Right,
that's
right.
A good call.
But again, it's location, right, Joe? Passing and location.
Yeah.
Where do you give up the ball?
There's a sideline, yeah.
Either go a 1-4 set here or bring it out into 4 corners.
All right, 1:05 left to play. Bears down by 5. Big rebound, Courtney Blake.
Upper Moreland hasn't scored.
Yeah.
They haven't scored the last 4 minutes, 5 minutes. That's a foul.
I think, and you have to give not some credit, you have to give a lot of credit to the disruptive influence of Annie Goffin.
44 was the non-factor in the fourth quarter. She needed to step up big, and missed foul shots hurt Upper Moreland's opportunity. And these opportunities don't happen often for a team like Upper Moreland.
Right.
They just haven't had the firepower, the offensive players in years. So when you have this kind of opportunity, you need to do things right.
Here's Courtney Blake.
There's a foul.
All right, the foul's on Karcher. That's her second.
But it's 2-shot foul now.
Yeah, and it's only it's a half a minute left to play. I think Norristown can put this one in the book, but not without a fight from the Upper Moreland Golden Bears. Bears played hard, but they just don't have the athletic ability that
offensive firepower is not there. And in a game like this, you have to make foul shots and layups to win it.
Yes.
And Norristown has missed some of those, but they've had enough players score.
Yeah.
Upper Moreland's had one player do the bulk of the scoring. Now,
all right,
where we are, Joe, at 28-22. And our predictions were 26-18 and 32-24.
We're both pretty close.
We're going to score 30.
Yeah. Oh.
Well,
all right, they're letting them play now. 30. They're letting them play now.
Yeah, she walked.
Yeah, oh, sure. Here's Julie Eagles. Wild with a shot. 8 seconds left to play. 28-22 the Eagles.
She's a senior too, Joe, Julie Eagles.
Yeah. Question.
I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
Why does why do certain townships or certain school districts have consistently good players where demographically Upper Moreland is similar to Cheltenham? It's a suburban township, but the difference in the basketball play is night and day.
Well, there's other sports like in Methacton, other sports where the kids are playing field hockey, they're playing lacrosse, and they're dominant in those arenas. Softball in particular, they're always one of the top teams in district. And I don't think there's too many schools that can be very good or exceptional in multiple sports on the women's or men's side. Usually it's a couple,
okay,
2 or 3, and that's what you see. Cheltenham and the Downing towns and the Coachvilles on the women's side are dominant on the basketball, but they're not as strong in some of the other areas.
I understand, okay.
And I think Methacton is a case in point. Upper Moreland, and talking to the coach prior to the game, she said that only one of her players plays AAU. Only one.
Okay.
Now, that's the coaching, that's the practice, that's the games, that's the experience. All that's missing if you don't. And almost every player that we had when I was at Norristown or Kenrick, they're all playing AAU. They're playing all summer. And you can't beat that experience, Joe.
Okay.
And Upper Moreland's not there. She said they're very good in field hockey, they're very good in
okay,
lacrosse and
that sort of
softball.
explains it, okay.
So she's going to have to change the mindset, and that may or may not happen.
Right.
That might be a decade, it may be a generation before that happens.
Okay. That wraps it up here from Norristown High School. Norristown comes away with a must-win. Wasn't very pretty, but it's a W in the scorebook. Norristown 29, the Upper Moreland Bears 22. Eagles play next Tuesday. Hopefully they have to win the rest of their games in order to qualify for the playoffs and any postseason play. It'll be a long bus ride back to Upper Moreland for the Golden Bears tonight. Again, Norristown comes away with a win, 29-22. From Norristown High School, from my good friend Bob Koch, this is Joe Hyland saying good night and good luck.